Jesus.
All right, we're back. Welcome back to The Five, and we've got something super important and intellectual to talk about. So are you ready? Get out your notepads, because the British Advertising Standards Authority, very long name, not catchy at all, has taken it upon themselves to have some legislation and ban airbrushing. They are now my enemy for life, because they want to airbrush beauties like Julia Roberts, Pretty Woman, right? And Christy Turlington. It's a sacrilege, because apparently they're making them look too young, like a time machine or something.
It's absolutely ridiculous. And Julia Roberts, she was the greatest. She played the greatest hooker role of anybody in the movies. One.
And you know your hooker role.
An iconic role.
No,
yes.
no, please, I don't say it. First of all, I can stand up for them here. There's not enough air or brushes in the world to do anything with me. But let me just say, we've got an example here. We got an example here. One of us on this panel has been airbrushed recently, and this is how much airbrushing can do. Could we bring up that little airbrushing piece? There we go.
Yeah.
Hey, Greg.
I love it when they airbrush in the
Doesn't he look great? Now look at him. He looks exactly like that.
Bizarre how they airbrush your cheeks like that.
Yeah, it's incredible. I really let myself go.
Yeah, you have.
Shame. You know, Bob,
it's
interesting enough, I did some research this morning, and I found out that you had, in your previous career, you actually had a modeling career, and I think I found one of the old covers.
I love it.
There we go.
I had it. You know, this is what I mean.
That's hot.
I had this idea, and I gave it to producers to use you, and then behind my back, they went to this.
That's what happens, Bob.
It does?
But you've got suspenders.
Hey, have you ever been airbrushed?
Let me tell you something. Thank goodness, yes. I've worked in this industry. The only thing I have a problem with is the teenage stuff, that they shouldn't do that because it is a bad image for teenagers.
You don't need, you're too pretty to be airbrushed. Your brain should be airbrushed once in a while with your politics, but I mean...
You know what, Kimberly?
That's so mean. It's almost funny.
But you know what? I worked in magazines for almost, I don't know, 15 years, Men's Health and Maxim, and I'll tell you one thing. It's not the public that are upset about this or about it, or the airbrushing comes from the publicists who want their celebrities to look good. So if you put them on, if you put the celebrity on the cover and there is a blemish or a hair, you will hear about it. So the editors and the art directors have to do the airbrushing, or they get a lot of...
You know, the AMA, the American Medical Association, actually come out in favor of doing away with airbrushing for teenage magazines. There's something to be said about that. They do put these really thin people on, and all these girls who are bulimic and other eating disorders.
We agree on that.
Okay,
yeah, because it's about establishing like a very unrealistic standard of beauty, you know. But my question is, if they're airbrushing Julia Roberts and Christy Turlington, who was one of the original supermodels, what does that mean for the rest of us?
By the way,
you don't have to worry.
Have you seen how much makeup those people on LSD have on? So what, they're next? They have to go on without
excuse me, Mr. Tan Machine.
Makeup.
Is beautiful in person.
Tan Machine.
Where did you get that color from?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it recently.
You get that color. You have that color in the middle of December.
Did you notice? I took a couple of days off earlier
but
this week.
I think the thing about the children's magazines or teenage magazines is important, because the number of children, young girls in this country who fall for that is terrible.
I don't think
are you going to talk about the pets?
Yeah, we want to talk about that, because this is a story, and we saw her interviewed on Fox and Friends this morning. A Pennsylvania mom who got on a school bus because there was kind of a commotion, and other kids were telling her even to get on because her little boy was not moving. No one could wake him up, anything like that. It appeared that he had some kind of medical situation. So what does she do? Like any good mom, you storm the bus. You get on the bus, and she was able to actually wake her son up. Apparently, he was just in a deep sleep. Now she's being prosecuted and could do jail time because she got on. I swear, Bob, I'm not making it up.
Well, now, just an update. The prosecutors now is dropping the charges
because of all the public outrage.
I went down to Meridian, Mississippi, to do a voter registration drive in the late 60s.
She was a registered
and the Ku Klux Klan came on the bus, beat us up, and flipped the bus over, and we got arrested.
Bob, because it was you.
You think it is?
Did you make that story up?
I think
no, it's true. It's a true story. You look it up. It's true.
Well, Bob, we're going to have another mini therapy session for you during this commercial break, okay?
Do we have a commercial break?
Coming up,
Did we talk about Joe Pesci?
We're going to talk about him in the next break, Bob.
I'm sorry.
Joe Pesci gained 30 pounds for a role, and he has now filed a lawsuit over it. I think he should. Who is he suing, and why? That's going to be next on The Five when we go, got him.
Bottle on the floorboard, perfect song on the radio. Sing along, cause it's one we know. It's a smile, it's a kiss, it's a sip of wine.